We're killing some birds. We're working on closeouts. We're working on dropping into position when the ball's in the air. We're working on anticipating the next pass, which young kids just can't grab the concepts and just force them to do it. Just force them to do it. It becomes habit. Okay? Let's play it a little bit. Let's go. You can pass to anybody you want. Here we go. Good. Moving. Good. Good. Read it. Anticipate. If one person, now you're not going to get a lot of steals, but if someone gets their hand on the ball, they earn their way outside the circle. And these guys are working. This looks really good. I don't know if you get a bunch of third graders to look this good, but we get something out of it, okay? All right, good job, good job, good job, guys. Thank you. Listen, thank you, thank you. Give me, let's see, let's do this. Let's get a variance here. Let's get Tori out here. Let's get Jackie out here. Mallory, yes, everybody needs a ball. Dre and Mark, let's go right here, just facing them right here. Ball handler. Who believes that only your point guard should dribble the ball? Good, good. Kevin Durant is 6'11", plays the 2 position. You don't, okay, and that's just one example, but here's the thing. You don't know if that kid's gonna be that short forever. You don't know if that kid's gonna be growing 4 inches every summer. You don't know. And the way the game is going, everybody squares up to the basket. Everybody puts the ball on the floor. Don't pigeonhole these kids because one's your big guy. You just tell them, hey, go play on the block. That's the worst thing you can do. Guess what? Half the reason I couldn't get a scholarship, I couldn't come down here and get on a team, we had a very small program at the junior college I was at in New York. And we were actually in the rebuilding stage the first year I played. We were a small team. Our tallest guys were 6'5", me, another 6'5", 6'6", and 6'6". In college, there's no 6'6" post players, okay? There's not. So, but guess what I did for 2 straight years? Didn't handle the ball too much, but I knew how to, you know, all that. I knew how to, Dwight Howard and all that. Dwight Howard doesn't have any moves anyway, but he just one move, dunk. So, teach everybody the ball handle, okay? 2, you're gonna be a better team. Who's ever coached a team where all of a sudden that person got the ball and you're like, oh, it's turnover city. He's got the ball, you're already going, hey, get back on defense, get back. Right? All right? So everybody's got to handle this ball. And you're just going to be that much more deadly as a team. You want to teach them to win, but you want to teach them to be successful. How we dribble the ball. Most young kids take a paddle to the ball, meaning they have a stiff, flat hand. Okay, well, this is the way I teach it. Round ball, flat surface, bounces, not a lot of control. Round ball, flat surface, not a lot of control. What we like to have is the ball in our hand. We become, technically speaking, a running back with the ball. Now, I can't just run with this ball. I got to dribble, but I want the ball in my hand as much as possible. Okay? I don't want what we call a lot of air time. So we teach them to have a suction cup, or to tell them that kind of like hot wax, it shapes and forms to the object, right? Same thing here. We shape to the ball, it sits in our hand, it's soft hand, and then again we extend and snap. That makes my dribble accurate. I can do whatever I want with this ball if I snap my wrist, okay? And this is something they'll get good at eventually. You gotta get a lot of dribbles, okay? Anything you're doing with ball handling, unless you're slowing down and like teaching the technique we're about to right now, you're dribbling hard, you're keeping the ball in your hand. I don't do a lot of fast dribbles unless we are working on hand speed, and that's very isolated times because I'm worried more about the ball sitting in the hand and dribbling hard. That's gonna happen more than this is gonna happen in the game. Okay, and they got to get that technique down. So, but we do get a lot of dribbles in, and we're trying to get as much as possible. So what's the only way to get better at dribbling? Dribble, yeah, okay. So the first thing we might do is we might say, I would say 50 with your kids. We're going to do 10 and 10 for them here. They're getting in the stance. We teach you're a triple threat when you're dribbling. Because what 3 things can I do out of triple threat? Shoot, pass, dribble, okay? Well, I know they can dribble. They're already doing it. I know they can pull up and shoot, and I know they can stop dribbling and pass. So we're in triple threat, we keep the same stance, okay? So they're nice and low. You guys are just gonna go 10 right, 10 left, go. Okay, ball sitting in their hand, not quick. Let the ball sit in your hand, hard dribble, pound it. Low, hard dribbles. This is awesome, I learned this, I heard this, Michael Jordan said this. You always keep your your wrist below your elbow. Anytime you dribble, you keep your wrist below your elbow, and kids seem to relate to this really well. They'll start looking at it and saying, whoa, it is. And then what they realize is that their ball's up here too, and it should be down here. Okay, so you always keep your wrist below your elbow. That's a great terminology to use. I mean, she's heard it, they play varsity, he's heard it, you're 7th grade? No, you're 6th grade. All right, so we'll start there. Now your crossover, it's still the same thing. It's in my hand, I'm snapping, but now I gotta get my hand on the side of the ball. What we say is we scrape it on the floor. You're gonna get a lot of this air time. We wanna bring it to this middle, almost to the point where I can touch the ground every single time. Now, of course, you're not gonna have that right away, but you wanna get there. You wanna keep getting this. And so in a game, they might not be able to, you know, Derrick Rose, and all that, but they're gonna start getting more controlled crossovers that they're gonna beat people with, okay? So now what we're doing is we're gonna go, I'd go 50 again, but we're just gonna go 10. They're right here. Actually, keep going, because we're gonna progress into pulling out and then yanking back, okay? Let's go, just crossovers, okay? Once they understand that concept, they can sit the ball in their hand, it's nice and low. Then what we start having to do is we start yanking, pulling the ball out. Now, this is over-exaggerated. We don't want to do this in the game, and make sure you explain that to them. But now if they can control the ball all the way out here, they can go between their legs and push the ball forward because they're placing the ball where they want to put it. This is what we're going to build into. Now, once they start pulling it out, we're going to teach them to yank it to that spot. So now all their moves are aggressive. So now we're pulling out, we're yanking it to the middle, yanking it to the middle. And this is when you see Tony Parker and he comes here, and then boom, he's gone here. It's that same concept. It's that same concept. I know we're not going to build Tony Parkers this season, but you want to start helping them understand that concept of having an effective crossover instead of just shooting. All right, hold it. Now, I may be able to just dribble up to Mark, face me and playing defense, dummy defense. And I might be able to just cross over, go by. But if he's in a good stance, the likeliness is, it's 50-50 maybe, right? Depending on speed. Okay? Well, same thing if he's in defensive stance, I'm triple threat. I might be able to just go by him, but why not make it a sure thing, right? So what would we do in triple threat? If I want him to go one way, I go the other. I'm gonna jab. So why not what we call dribble jab? Or at least sell the guy, that defender, that I'm going to one side. So if I'm dribbling up to him, I'm gonna give a little jab there, and then I'm gonna cross. When they cross over, they're gonna plant this foot anyway to step through their crossover. So all we're gonna do is exaggerate it. And young kids can grasp this. It may take a little while because their motor skills aren't as developed, but they can grasp this. So now what we do is we're over here, back in the line. And I'm dribbling, and I'm gonna jab cross. And I'm dribbling, jab cross. So they start working on that fake go, that fake go. And it starts to become a habit, and you'll see it. Within 3 to 4 weeks, if you really drill this, you make them do it as homework. By the way, they should always have homework. There should always be one skill, one drill they're doing all week until the next time they come to you. Kids these days are inherently lazy. Facebook's part of the culprit, iPods, PSPs, Xbox, all that. They don't want to go out there and practice. But if they respect you and they care about the team and you stress that, hey, this is about you getting better as an individual to come and make our team better, then you might have a chance, okay? So they should have homework. So now we're gonna dribble jab, we're dribbling, dribble jab cross. Dribble jab cross, let's go. And it's okay if they move a little with this one, that's okay. All right, good, back up. Pretty simple. Between the legs, I'm not gonna really have them demonstrate because we gotta move on. Between the legs is a crossover. Here's my crossover, it goes in front of my foot. It's nice and low, I hand it off, right? Between the legs is the same thing. It's a crossover behind my foot. What we teach them is instead of bringing it to this middle spot right here, we bring it to the calf and hand it off. Start, I maybe just wrap it. Then maybe we just dribble, bring it to the calf every time. Then we go one, here, okay? Behind the back, bring it to the hamstring. So maybe first they just hand it off. They shoot it nice and low, underneath their butt. Because what are they gonna wanna do? They're gonna wanna do that, right? They're gonna wrap and throw like the old Larry Birds and all that. I know some of y'all know Larry Bird. I say Bob Cousy, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about too, huh? All right, so those days are gone. It's too athletic, too fast to the game, and young kids don't have control when this thing's here or they're not making any forward progress now. So we shoot it underneath our butt. So maybe then we go here, bring it to the calf and shoot it low, shoot it low. Then we're going one here, pick it up. One here, pick it up. Oh, then we're going one here, oops. You tell I teach more in practice, right? You guys get it? Dribbling drills we like to use. Let's get you guys, because you guys look bored over there. Get a ball, get a ball. Mallory, you go with them. You three can get a water break. We're going on this right here. First cone, zigzags. We're going zigzags, just like we do in practice. If you don't have cones, which I recommend you invest, it's a great investment. Just go from corner to free throw to half to free throw. What am I doing on time, Tony?
You got about 20 minutes or more.
All right, that's good enough. All right, so when we just work on zigzags, just go ahead. So we're going through, I'll explain as you go. Just zigzag, cross, 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 let's go. And we'll work, no. Gap. Zigzag, go, zigzag, zigzag. All right, so we're going to each cone. Now they're working on changing direction, making a sharp cut. We teach their hips are like the steering wheel of a car. You gotta learn to drive that hip into your move so you're changing that direction. And then we're also working on exploding and separating from that cone. If we're making a change of direction, we're trying to separate from a defender. Either get to the basket, get a shot up, and do whatever we're gonna do. So they'll zigzag through just like this. Great drill. We do this every single day in practice. Every single day. And I got girls who still can't figure it out, but guess what? We've been doing it for 2 weeks, and they've gotten better. They may not hit one in the game yet, but when it counts in district, I'm gonna see one, I'm gonna be a proud coach, okay? You keep doing it, keep doing it. All right, next thing we might do, just give me 3, give me Juju, Mallory, and Brittany right here. These 3 lines right here, take one each, one of these straight lines right here, okay? Other techniques I think you gotta have for dribbling is the stop and go. I gotta be able to go full speed, stop and go. Either to sell a fake, or you got these younger kids, how well do they read things when they're dribbling? How well do they read a situation? They don't, because they have their head down, okay? So they've got to be able to stop on the drop of a dime, otherwise it's travel or turnover because they give the ball up. They got to be able to stop and go, and the older ones got to be able to stop and go, either cut back or just bring that defender in or do whatever they're going to do. You got to stop and go. So what they're going to do is they're going to dribble each cone, start gray line here. They're going to explode to every cone, just every cone, stop, go, okay? They're going to the first cone, quick. They're going to pause and go. Pause and go. Again, if you don't have cones, use the lines of the floor, okay? The other thing they got to have is a retreat dribble. If they get trapped, they got to be able to pull out. If they break down this defender, and the help comes, you got to be able to bounce out of it. You got to be able to retreat. And again, they got their head down. Uh-oh, I better be able to get out of it, okay? The key is we pivot and we slide. We slide, because I want to have my ball, my body between my ball and my defender. So now what they're going to do is they're going to go up 2 cones, 1, 2, slide back 1. Up 2 cones, forward, slide back 1. Go. Good. Make sure you slide, Make sure you pivot, slide. Good. Real simple drill. Okay, thanks, ladies. Thank you. Get around close. Sometimes when we do the warm-up, I call it my dribble warm-up. We'll get everyone on the baseline with a ball. Okay, you know what? Let's do it to half court. Or if you have a ball, good. If not, Drake, come on. Spread out. So jog, slide, skip, right? We'll jog to half court, just dribbling the ball. And this is good because this is the time to slow down and start talking about cupping the ball, snapping the wrist, wrist below the elbow. So they'll jog down and back, right hand down, left hand back. Good, come on. Nice and loose, just get warmed up, feeling the ball. And then everybody's gonna face this way. We're in our right hand, and we're gonna slide and dribble. Just getting that motor skills down. Remember, you don't need to just build basketball skills. They need to build motor skills. Whether they're basketball players or not, their body has to build skills that they can handle in movement. No different than how you had to learn to crawl than you had to learn to walk. They are still developing these skills. You want to build them out. This is a good way to do it. So we're sliding down right hand, sliding back left hand. Good, slide back left hand. And then we're going to skip high knees. We're going to drive our knees up, and we're trying to time our dribble to our foot. Here we go, right hand down, left hand back. That's real simple. Be creative. I created that all myself. I mean, just be creative. Think about what you need. Think about what you need to work on. And just be creative. I thought about that myself. I'm not no genius. I just sat and thought about it for a second. All right? All right, moving on. Layups. I know we see guys in the NBA. It's your ball, Trey. They're finger rolling, they're reaching out. Well, if you got these young kids, they're not going to be able to do that, okay? We teach is just to shoot the ball, basically, extend and snap. And you got to work on your footwork. That's the biggest thing, going from dribble to 2 steps under control and finish.